got an issue with the Mule 610, and it would not crank. It acted like it was locked up. This is actually my grandmother's Mule, so she let me know that it wouldn't start. I came out here, she said it acted like the starter, and went to crank it, and it, and I was like, oh. So it acted like the battery was hot, starter was good, and it would roll over just a hair and stop. And so I stopped, said, oh, it's locked up. But locked up is in hydrolocked, and so the oil level is good. It smells a little like gas, and so I pulled the plug out, and I'm gonna bet that there's gas in there. Now, I would not have thought that this thing would flood out and fill the cylinders with it having a fuel pump. Normally a fuel pump acts as a I'm not sure how it would have hydrolocked, you know? Just don't know, because gas tank's over there. It had to have maybe a siphon in it. I don't know. It's kind of weird, because it's not like the tanks above the carburetor. You know, it's lower, so it shouldn't have siphoned out. But let's see. Let's see if the gas comes out. Oh. Just sprayed the camera with gas. Had y'all a little bit too close. Well, I was not planning on getting a shower tonight, but looks like I will be showering. How did it do that? That's that fuel pump we just put on it. Did this fuel pump fail? This is a genuine Kawasaki fuel pump. I don't know. So I think what we're gonna do, like I said, the oil smells just a hair of gas. I'm gonna put the plug back in it. And we are going to crank it up, let it run for a minute, and then we're gonna let it sit. And I will report back to y'all on what happens. This thing's gonna need an oil change, but I kind of want to see if it's gonna do this again. I'm not sure why it did it. Air filter box too. Let's see if it's full. Gas. No gas in there. That is so odd. Now, obviously the needle and seat have stuck, or or be leaking or something. Float stuck. But I'm not sure. you can't get to it. This goes over here. There it is. I've had the bowl off this carburetor before. I pulled it off when I replaced the fuel pump. It's been several months back. If it would siphon, if it would create a siphon and siphon out of the thing. I don't know if it just needs to clear itself out or if it's still overflowing and flooding out. So I think what I'm going to do is let it sit, and I'll pull the plug on it, and we'll see if it filled the cylinder up again. Like I said, the oil doesn't seem thin, but it did smell a little bit like gas, and it's not overfilled. So it may have had a little bit get into the oil, but it's not bad. But I will change it, but it's not going to hurt with it sitting in here overnight. And we'll see what it does. Alright, so this thing, it's flooding out still on idling. So I think what's happened is the needle and seat are leaking or stuck or something. It runs fine, but when it's idling, it's flooding out. And so I think it's stuck, and there must have been some pressure on the in the fuel system that just overflowed the bowl and into the cylinder. And so we're gonna pull the bowl off. This is not the easiest carburetor to get to, and I think what we're gonna try to do it without too much trouble. And if you look down in there, there's the carburetor, there's the bowl. So I think our best bet is maybe I think I still got a set of ramps here somewhere, is put this thing up on ramps. I gotta find them. Put it up on ramps, the back end of it, and then or jack it up, and we'll get up from underneath, try to help keep from having to pull all these panels off. Because all we're going to do is I'm going to clean the bowl off. We're going to pull the bowl off. We're going to clean the needle and seat. It likely maybe has a piece of trash stuck under it, and put it back. We'll test it, and with a, see if we can blow through the needle, and then we'll put it all back together and change the oil. Alright, so I decided to go ahead and pull that cover off, as you saw. Got to thinking about it, and I'm going to do an oil change on this thing too. And it'd be easier to do both with the cover off instead of trying to work on it from underneath like I originally thought. By the time I got this thing jacked up, I could have that cover off. So we're going to hopefully get enough room here to get the bowl off the carburetor. It's pretty tight to this cover, so we'll see. I've never had the bowl off this thing. Never had the carb off. Never touched the carburetor on this thing. It is maybe 2010 or something. Probably about 8 years old. It's pretty much been flawless. The only thing that's really happened to it, the fuel pump went out, the starters went out. So I guess I can't say it's flawless. And the original muffler got a hole rotted in it. So this has got a another muffler we had. Just a little bit louder now. It's not super loud, it's just a little bit louder. Because it's got a different muffler. So we could have quite a bit of sediment in here, I have no idea. It runs good except for now. Or it has run good, I guess I should say. Oh man, I don't know if I'll have enough room to get this off. I said it's close to that cover. Oh, come on. I don't know. I don't want to have to pull the... If I can get the float up. Come on. Screwdriver. If I keep the float up, I'll be able to get the bowl off. Let's see. Wow. Oh well, maybe that's dirt that just fell in it. That's probably what that is. I'm wiggling this thing around. Surely there's not that much sediment in the bowl. You see a little bit of water. I guess it's possible that was in it, but I kind of bet wiggling this thing around it knocks some in the bowl. I'm gonna try to keep that up. And we may end up having to pull the carb on this thing. Let's see. I don't know, that might have been... I think that was in it. I don't know what that is, but it's caked to the bottom of the bowl. Wipe that out. Yeah, whatever that was, it was in there. All right, so needle and seat. I don't want to get them out. We just want to blow some carb cleaner through them and see if they seal. We might just do that. I think there's an upper cover up here. I might pull it off. Let's see if I can get something in here to look at that. All right, so here's what I've done. This cover, I can get y'all up here where y'all will stay. Alright, so here's what I've done. This cover is not easy to get off. These air tubes come off of it. I guess I could lift it up a little bit. What I did instead is I just pulled the line off the fuel pump. This goes to the carburetor. I'm going to spray some brake cleaner through it. That will get to the needle and seat. So that should be trickling down through. And it is. So that's hopefully kind of flushing the needle and seat out. We're going to try to leave this thing on. Then we're going to take compressed air with the float down. I don't want to put too much pressure on it. We're just going to put just a little bit of air through it. That's just a little bit of air pressure. Just to blow it out. Then I'm going to take this and blow on it. And of course I can. Y'all are, sorry, but y'all are kind of in the way. And then I'm going to take, I don't know if I can do this by myself here, hold the float up. I need to get around there to. Alright, so I'm going to have to move the camera because y'all are right where I need to lean over. But I'm going to hold the float up and then I'm going to try blowing through here and see if I can with my mouth, not with the air pressure. I don't want to put too much air pressure on it. Alright, so the float is holding. I could not blow through it with me pushing the float up. I took some brake cleaner, ran through this jet, and it flowed back down through the center. So that seems to be clear. Like I said, I blew some through the, clean the bowl out. And so I think we're in good shape. We're gonna go ahead and assemble it back together. Fuel pump may be able to push past that rubber. So I think what I'm going to do, I couldn't find just a needle and seat, or just a needle. I may just go ahead and order a carb kit. The thing runs great, but I'm not going to pull the carb on it. And it's not the easiest to get off on this thing. And other than it flooding out at idle, it runs fine. So I'm not going to rebuild it. Grandma's mule. I don't want to risk it messing up. You know, I want it to be dependable for her. So I'm gonna go ahead and order that for it, and I will put a new needle in it and a new ball gasket, and put it back together, and we'll see if that fixes it. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more. And I'll see y'all on the next video on this.